the playoffs down, which had to see two teams lead the way for two teams from the regional league from the national interpools to qualify for the M10 Elite 2. But mind you, this year the system is different. It's changed. This year we have the two first teams, that is the first in Pool A and the first in Pool B, which will see them play a mini tournament, and the first team qualifies directly into the M10 Elite 1, while the second team to qualify doesn't qualify immediately. Instead, they will have to wait for the 13th team in the M10 Elite 1. For the 14th team will be relegated to M10 Elite 2 directly, but the 13th team will play against the second team in the M10 Elite 2. If the team qualifies, he stays in M10 Elite 1. If he doesn't qualify, he drops down to M10 Elite 2 and the team in Elite 2 goes up. Mind you, in the national interpools this year, we might have the likes of 16 teams, because the 6 teams in M10 Elite 2 that has to be relegated to the regional league will not be relegated. Mind you, they will still have to go through the national interpools to see if the regional league side can beat these 6 teams in M10 Elite 2. 2 teams go up. But if 2 teams from the M10 Elite 2 succeed to sail through in this national interpool, we see them maintaining in the national interpool and see them remain in M10 Elite 2. Let's take you to match day 10 of the M10 Elite 2 Championship with exciting fixtures in Douala. Why not Yaoundé, seeing you in Kumba, Abombang and Bamenda Kwen, that is the proximity stadium in Bamenda, for Wednesday match at 22, or that is April 22, mind you, in Bepanda Douala. We have the likes of Union Sportive of Douala, who will be welcoming their counterparts from the West region, that is Sable de Batier, and same day we have the Brazilians, that's the Astre of Douala, who will be taking on APGS de Fou all the way from Yaoundé. We still have in Yaoundé, we have the likes of ISFAP of Yaoundé, who will be welcoming their counterparts in the red zone, that is Edingsport of La Lekie. Still in Pool B, we have the likes of Tonnerre Kalara Club of Yaoundé, who will be taking on Bamboutus of Buda. Mind you, Bamboutus has been on top form lately since from match day 4. They haven't lost any game home and away. They have been unbeaten since then. Is Tonnerre going to stop that unbeaten run, or are they going to receive from Bamboutus of Abuda? Mind you, in Kumba, in the southwest region, we have the likes of Kumba Football Club, that is Kumba City Football Club, who will be welcoming Yaoundé 2 FC, that is Ayafoot, at Kumba Municipal Stadium. And in Abombang, we have the likes of Union Sportive of Abombang, who will be welcoming Avion Sports Academy all the way from Douala. And to crown a match day 10 of the M10 Elite 2 at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, we have the likes of Bafmen United, who will be welcoming Racing Football Club of Douala, and why not Ngokutunja United, who will be welcoming the champions right now at the Pool A, which is Athletic Club of Kribi. That was it for the M10 Elite 2. Let's take you straight to the M10 Elite 1. M10 Elite 1 right now is on break, but actions begins this weekend all over the national territory. They were given 2 days because the first phase of the tournament just ended after match day 13. We are diving into the second phase of the M10 Elite 1 with Melong receiving Stade Renard of Melong, and why not the likes of Canon Sportive of Yaoundé, who won Victoria United in Limbe at match day 13 by 2-0, despite having a 2 red card difference from Victoria United. We also have the likes of Aigle Royal de la Menois or Aigle Royal de Mongo, who will be welcoming Gazelle Football Club all the way from Garoua. Also at the Amadou Ayijo Stadium in Yaoundé, we have the likes of AS Fortuna Anfou, who will be taking on Dynamo Football Club of Douala, and why not Colombe Sportive of Nja and Lobo, who will be welcoming Coton Sport of Garoua. To crown match day 14 of the M10 Elite 1 Championship at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, we have the likes of PWD Social Club, who will be receiving the Southwest Bayside Opopo, that is Victoria United all the way from Limbe, while Fovazu will take on a Panther Sportive of Nde. That was it for the M10 Elite 1 and the M10 Elite 2 Championship. Let's go on this breather. When we come back, let's talk women's football. They say what a man can do, a woman can do better. There is no MTN Elite 1, no MTN Elite 2 without the Guinness Super League. The Guinness Super League it's actually in the season 6. It's been 6 years of Guinness sponsorship when it comes to the women's top flight in the country. And with the unofficial classification of the Guinness Super League after match day 9, we still have FCA Bolova taking on this group. It's been 3 years straight where we have FCA Bolova leading the train, but when it gets to the last playing day, we see Lekie going above them slightly, either by 3 points, 2 points, or 1 point. That makes them to lose the crown of being champions of the Cameroon women's top flight. Why would FCA Bolova do that? With the unofficial classification for the Guinness Super League, we have the likes of FCA Bolova, who goes top and remains first with 23 points, just above their city rivals, Lekie Football Girls, all the way from Yaoundé with 18 points. And why not? Njia Sports Academy comes right below Lekie with 18 points. Louvre Mimprof goes below them at the 4th position with 16 points. We have the like of Amazon Fab with 12 points. At the 6th position, we have the Douala based side, AS Dibamba, with 12 points. Cyclone FC of Douala goes 7th with 11 points. Authentic Football Club of Douala, 9 points. At the 9th position, we have the team all the way from Yaoundé, Vision Foot Academy with 8 points. Aitambong of Bamenda comes with 7 points. And at the relegation zone right now, we have Eclair Football Field sitting there with the Garwa Bayside, Agai FC, who actually goes below that table with 4 points. Eclair and Agai, who is going to go home? Both of them? Or we still have more than 12 playing days to go to decide their fate? Agai just came in. Are they going to go home like that? That is a very question which is still left unanswered. The stone is still unturned for that one. We dive straight to the fixtures of match day 10 of the Guinness Super League. The Guinness Super League, it is match day 10 with exciting fixtures in Bamenda, in Douala, in Yaoundé, and why not other stadia you can think of. Match day 10, we have the likes at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, the likes of Aitambong FC, who welcome the Garwa Bay side, Agai FC. We have at the Stade Annex 2 of Japuma, we have AS Dibamba to welcome their country rivals. It's a littoral derby against Authentic Football Girls. We have Eclair Football Field of Sa to play against the Yaoundé Bay side Amazon Fab. Why not? Njia Sports will take on Louvre Mimprof. Lekie will take on Douala-based Cyclone. And to crown match day 10, we have the likes of Vision Football Academy to take on FCA Bolova. That is it for match day 10 of the Guinness Super League out there in Yaoundé. Without wasting your time, mind you, there were Senegalese supporters that were actually arrested in Morocco during the 2025 AFCON, which Senegal actually won on pitch, but paperwork say Morocco carries on that day. Fans were actually arrested in Morocco. They have been sentenced. And to tell you, this is not something to joke with. Because these fans arrested, some of them have been jailed, some of them have been fined. Just to tell you, you do not do what you're not supposed to do in someone's country. They used to say, while in Rome, you do what the Romans do, but no, in this case, you don't do it. Because the Moroccan court has actually upheld prison sentences for 18 Senegalese football supporters arrested after crowd trouble during the Africa Cup of Nations final in Morocco. The fans were detained following incidents at the stadium, including a pitch invasion, clashes with security forces, throwing objects and damage to stadium property during the highly controversial final. The Rabat Court of Appeal confirmed sentences ranging from 3 months to 1 year imprisonment. Mind you, 9 fans received 1 year prison terms plus fines. Others were given 3 to 6 month sentences, also with fines. All the 18 had been held since the AFCON final in January 2025. The supporters had appealed their earlier conviction for these crimes and also for violence, but the court rejected the appeal and maintained the original sentence. The case comes amid lingering tensions from the chaotic AFCON final, which saw fans unrest and disciplinary action across the multiple sites. That was it. The fans are still detained even after the issue is at the level of the CAS, that is the court of arbitration for sports, waiting for the final verdict. These fans are still under detention. Let's take you. It's been a break for the women's football, that is the FIFA series for women's football this April. Having the likes of many teams participate in the FIFA series, we have a good results from this FIFA series. Mind you, Cameroon did not take part in this break. We don't know why. We don't know if because the head coach is not available, or the controversial issues we have, that is the internal issues we have when it comes to our own national team, female wing in this country. But aside that, we had other countries take part in this FIFA series tournament. We had the likes of Canada, who actually disgraced Zambia by 4 goals to nothing. The likes of Brazil, who trashed South Korean Republic by 5 goals to 1, and also Australia, who walloped Malawi by 5 goals to 0. The likes of Kenya, who took on India and actually gave them a 2-0 win. We also have the likes of Mauritania with their slight 1-goal win over Pakistan. But mind you, the Ivory Coast didn't come to play because they had to trash Turk and Caicos Islands by 15 goals to 1. That is a very, very disgraceful score when it comes to the national level. Also, the Democratic Republic of Congo disgraced Indonesia in their own backyard by 7 goals to 1. And Thailand had to show their prowess over New Caledonia. Also, we have Canada, who beat North Korea by 3 goals to 1. And to crown it all, we had the likes of Brazil, who actually came in a return game to beat Zambia in a 6-goal-to-1 Australia. That was it for women's football during this FIFA series break. When we come back, we take you to Algeria to talk about our very own Cameroonian international in the person of Che Malone Fondo Jr., who had an exciting first leg in the CAF Champions League semi-finals while heading for the second leg over the weekend. Let's go on this breather. When we come back, we give you the statistics. Yes, dear viewers, we have our very own Cameroon internationals who have been giving us good results lately with the likes of Archie Avom, Christopher Wu. But today we'll be talking about our very own defender, Che Malone Fondo Jr., who plies his trade with USMA of Algiers. They are actually into the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League. Mind you, they had a 0-0 all-tie back there in Algeria with the Moroccan-based side. Che Malone Jr. in the Confederations Cup semi-finals first leg. The Cameroonian defender delivered a commanding performance as his side secured a crucial result in the first leg of the CAF Confederations Cup semi-finals, putting one foot into the finals. Operating authority, Che Malone proved instrumental at the heart of the defense, combining tactical awareness with physical presence to frustrate the opponent's attacking efforts. His ability to read the game and to break up play ensured his team maintained structure throughout a high-intensity encounter. Mind you, behind his defensive duties, Malone showed confidence on the ball, initiating build-ups from the back and contributing to translations that kept his side on the front foot. His leadership qualities were equally evident, organizing the defensive line and maintaining discipline during key moments of pressure. The first leg often decisive in knockout football, saw Malone rise to the occasion, limiting clear scoring opportunities for the opposition while helping his team gain a psychological edge ahead of the return fixtures. Observers have praised the Cameroonian international for his consistency and maturity on the continental stage, noting that performances like this underlined his growing reputation as one of the dependable defensive figures in African club football. With the second leg looming, all eyes will remain on Che Malone as his team looks to capitalize on the advantage and secure a place in the finals of the CAF Confederations Cup. That was it for Che Malone Fondo Jr. and USMA of Algiers. It is actually the first leg of the CAF Confederations Cup semi-finals return over the weekend in Morocco, where they have to either decide whether they sail through or they actually have to give way for their counterparts, the Moroccan-based side. But mind you, we know Che Malone has been involved in the last 3 years in all CAF tournaments, from Cotonsport of Garua to Simba Social Club of Tanzania and now in Algeria. Going through to the finals, we see him as the only and the first Cameroonian player to be involved in a lot of finals or finale when it comes to CAF competition, whether the CAF Champions League, whether the CAF Confederations Cup. Che Malone Fondo Jr. has always been present. Yes, it has been an exciting weekend when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers for the Under-17 Women's Championship, seeing also the likes of Cameroon, where they had to beat Algeria in Algeria, that is in Blida, by 5-1. But all this comes with a lot of controversies, for it is said most countries comes with players that are above the age of 17. That is age fraught when it comes to the junior category. For boys, we have the system of testing, that is the bone test, which actually detects who has gone past the age of 17. We saw that in the UNIFAC in Cameroon, that was in Limbe, and the UNIFAC in Douala some few years ago, where we saw some countries withdraw from this same tournament because their players were not eligible to take part in the competition because of age fraud. More eyes were not placed on the women's category, but mind you, a lot of protests have been written to this category to tell you a lot of players coming. Meanwhile, they have gone past the age of 17, and all eyes now is on CAF to see how CAF has to take on this issue. That was it. Yes, when you see some teams and you check on some teams, then you will know that it's not by the height, but definitely there is age. In the studio, we have the captain of Talented Football Academy, Mokoko Patrick. Mokoko Patrick is here to tell us more about Talented Sports Academy, all the way from Moyoka. You're welcome, Patrick.
Thank you very much.
When you got your call to Royal Television, what was your impression?
First of all, it was exciting.
Okay.
Especially from the past, we have been trying to reach out on air and maybe share our experience from our team, but it has not been possible. So this time around, when I first got the call, it was something I look forward to, because it is a challenge for us to portray our image outside the world. So we thank God for this opportunity that we have today.
Is Talented from Moyoka, or Talented is a team built in Boya with Moyoka players?
Talented is from Moyoka.
Okay.
So the thing is, we started this team in 2020 from our own part, but the team was originally from Moyoka. Our coach, the founder of the team, Mr. Nibadan Vadis, he actually had this idea of creating a team. That's why they call the team Talented, which is mostly based with talented players. And from that, when they came to Boya, the team started growing. 1 player, 2 player, 3 player. From there, you meet here for you say, okay, I have a team where we need talented players. And from there now, that's when we decided, okay, we have to create a team.
Okay, as the captain of Talented Sports Academy, what does leadership mean to you personally?
First of all, leadership to me is a lifestyle.
Okay.
Because as a footballer, when growing up, you know, okay, I'm playing for myself. When you are in the quarter, you just play for fun and having fun with friends. But growing up and you see, okay, we are in a team. First of all, we play as one. You fight for your brother, likewise your brother fight for you. So for me, leadership is something, for me it's a calling, because I'll say this, I've never played any tournament or any competition which I'm not the captain.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, leadership is a calling for me.
So what actually makes the team talented go beyond the name? Like you were talking about it just now. What makes it go beyond that name, talented? Or was the name just chosen for a reason?
Like I said before, the founder and the owner of the team had an idea of gathering the best of the best. Okay. So from there, he decided, okay, I need a name. What name best suit the team? That's why he came out with the idea of Talented Football Academy. So that's from where we had the name Talented Football Academy.
So how would your teammates describe you in the dressing room? As Patrick or as a captain?
They address me as, some people address me as Patrick, while some others address me as a captain. But from the way they see me, I'm someone, I don't talk too much. Yes, that's the first thing. As a captain, I always let others talk before I give the final judgment. So the floor is always open for everybody. You share your ideas. From there we say, okay, we take an idea from this person, we take an idea from this person, gather it together, and we move forward as a team.
So when your team is losing, what is the first thing you tell the players?
First of all, we hardly get to that situation, but it is football, and you cannot be a team where you don't find yourself down or you don't find yourself conceding a goal. So first things first, when we concede a goal, you first of all take the ball from your pool to the center of the field and you encourage the guys. You say, okay, they have scored us, it's not the end of the world. Yes, we have to fight and fight and fight, even as to score back and score more.
But you have these players that the moment you concede a goal, yes, when you look at them, they are actually finished, the morale is gone. So what do you do to reawaken that fighting spirit in this kind of players?
First of all, we train as a team, and everything starts from training. We say behind the scenes. In training, we know, okay, this person has this ability, this person has this ability. Maybe when we go down, there are some people who are hungry. There are some people who feel, okay, I won't be able to step up again. But those people who are hungry, you know, okay, I can say to this person, they've scored us, we have to. But there are some people who say, okay, calm down yourself. It's not the end of the game. We have to fight as a team, and we have to fight together, even as to score back and maintain the game, balance the game up.
Okay. So have you ever doubted your ability as a captain, and what happened when you doubted that ability?
Yes, that's very true. Not once, not twice. It has happened many times, and especially from our second season.
Okay.
Yes, in the regional league, we face a lot of difficulties, especially through injuries. And there was a period of time where we played 4 consecutive games without winning. Oh. And it was tough.
Definitely.
Yes, it was tough.
That's when you know the real soldiers of the team.
Yes, it was tough. And maybe some people were like, what's going on, what's going on? And as a captain, I doubted that, are we really going to survive the league, even as to maintain, because that was our first year in the regional league. And it was tough, even though we won 2 games. From the 3rd up to the 5th game, we had no victories, and it was really something to think about. And when I went home, we were beaten by 4-0 by Boya United. When I got home, I was like, there are doubts. I'm doubting myself as a leader. What's happening to my team? What are the things I have to do, even as to get the team back? So
after having all these thoughts,
yes,
did you actually come up with a solution, or you were still being drowned in those thoughts?
We came out with a solution.
Not we. Did you come out with a solution as a captain?
Yes, because I saw that we were not training that much as we had been training before.
Okay.
Yeah, so as a captain, I decided, okay, if we train together as a team, we win together as a team. But if we are 11 on the field, say 10 people come to training and one person does not come, is a problem, because that's where the weak link will be. So we decided, okay, not a single individual is going to change this team. Not a single individual is going to change the result, but the general collective as a team. So we decided, okay, we will be training twice a day, and timing is the most important thing in this thing, because there are certain times that we say training is at 10. They say early is on time, but on time is late. When we say training is at 10, some people will come late. 9:50, 9:59.
Which is very wrong.
Which is very wrong, and it's already late. So we decided, okay, 30 minutes before training, everybody should be in the training ground.
As implementing discipline,
yes.
More of discipline in the team.
Yes, and from there we saw that, okay, there are changes in the team, and from that point on,
it affected the performance.
It affected the performance, and right up to today, the team has been a different team altogether.
So do you lead more by talking or by your performance on the pitch?
For me, it's both ways. During training, we lead by talking.
Okay.
Yes. Because especially in training, you know, okay, this is a mistake that people are making, this is a mistake that people are making. We try to perfect our training session, even as to go to the games and have a flawless game. So during training, we lead by talking. In the games, we lead by performance and maybe talking less.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, it's both ways, not actually a specific way of leading.
Okay. So what if the coach benches you on an important match? What's going to be your reaction?
First of all, everybody knows no one escapes being on the bench.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm talking about you as the leader of the team.
Yes, because actually from the past, I can say I've played the most games as a talented player from all the players.
Okay.
I've played the most games, and that's not out of maybe the coach loves me more than another person, but out of the grit and the training sessions I've been going all through.
Okay.
But the thing is, there are certain times where you know, okay, this player is down. As a coach, he sees more than even the player. So if he decides, okay, today you as a captain, you be on the bench, maybe we want to use this particular tactics. It's okay by me as a captain to maybe sit on the bench, observe the game, and have an impact in the game during the second segment of that game.
So have you ever, as a captain, disagreed with the coach's decision in front of your teammates?
No, because I respect the coach, even
if he's wrong, you know he's wrong, you will never disagree with him in front of the teammates.
Yes, I'll never disagree in front of the teammates, because he's going to put the credit of the team down.
Okay.
Maybe they are in a team, everybody is not on the same age, so maybe there are some people who understand more than others. So if you disrespect the coach in front of everybody, it's going to be a damaging something for the team. So maybe if a coach makes a mistake, we know, okay, let's take it now. Maybe behind the scene, we have assistant captain, we have second, third, and even fourth captain. So we will decide, okay, maybe we'll call the coach behind and say, coach, this decision you took, it was not for the benefit of the team, so maybe you can reconsider your decision. But disrespecting the coach or objecting the coach in front of everybody, that's not happening for the team.
Okay, I will ask you this question while our technical team will prepare an image, of which I will show you the image, and attend to that image. It's going to be a disturbing one, because some questions you will not like to answer concerning that image.
Yes.
But first, have you ever in your life, at one point in your football career, felt like giving up on football, and what actually stopped you?
Yes, actually. I said before, we had a game, and that game was in front of the general public in Boya. And it was against one of our rivals, Boya United.
Oh.
Yes, so...
This season?
No, our first season in the league.
All right.
It was a very, very tough game.
Like high stakes.
Yes, it was a very, very tough game, and we lose by 5-0.
Oh.
And I was the captain of the team that day.
A challenging one.
Yeah, so there were many doubts. What am I really doing? What are we doing? So going back home, there were doubts. Am I really
Mind you, that first season, Borough United had a very good squad.
Yes.
A very good one. I was part of that technical bench. I can remember very well.
Yes. So we had a good squad. Like I told you, there were small mistakes that we made, and that permitted that result that day. So going back home, I was like in doubt. Am I truly worthy to continue what I'm doing as a footballer?
It's fine. Let's take a look here.
Yes.
We have our very own captain over there. When you look at this group of gentlemen, what comes to your mind?
I see fighters.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because this team you see, the core of the name Talented Muyuka, we have 5 players who are the backbone of the team, like from the origin of the team. They began the team from the under 13s right up to the day we took this picture.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have the four guys in front plus the goalkeeper.
Okay.
Yes, so they are.
That's Michael.
Yes, Michael has a relationship with the coach, and the 4 players.
But that's the former captain of Sinodev.
Sinodev.
Yeah.
So he has a great relationship with our coach, because our coach also a former player of Sinodev. Yes, so.
And you be too.
Yes. So the 2 guys, we have Ashu Clinton, we have Boris, we have Dongo Gislain and Ashu Desmond.
Okay.
The 4 guys in front, they are the core of the team, because they brought the team from Muyuka.
But why do people always term this team the Bayangi team?
Actually, maybe from their names.
Yeah.
Yes, from
we
their
have
names.
a lot of boys from Manu.
Yes, yes. So, actually everybody bet. We have majority of our players are from Manu.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if you were to choose, like taking yourself out of this 11 man, you're left with 10 people.
Yes.
If you were to choose someone you could rely on for a victory after a tough game, who would be that player? When you talk of victory, that's defensive-wise, carrying the team, the struggle, and every other thing that needs to go with victory. Who are you going to choose from this squad?
I'll choose my vice captain.
Who is that?
Ikoy Lambi.
Okay.
The guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call him Sergio Ramos.
Definitely. That's the name I know.
Yes. Sergio Ramos.
Why will you choose him?
Because, first of all, he's my assistant.
Okay.
And also, he's someone who carries the name Talented.
Okay.
Yes, who carries the name Talented on his sleeves. Because, like I told you before, the journey has not been easy. Yes, and I would say we are the Atletico Madrid of the Southwest Regional League, because we know the characteristics of Atletico Madrid. It's all about fight. You run for the team, you fight for your brother, and that's what makes this team the Atletico Madrid of the Southwest Regional League.
Okay, one last one.
Yeah.
When your time as captain comes to an end, what do you want people to say about you?
As I would say, the only thing I want people to say about me, or the only thing I want people to
away from Moyoka, plying their trade in the Southwest Regional League. That was Mokoko Patrick. I will not tell you thank you. Yesterday was the second leg of the quarterfinals when it comes to the Champions League. You're a sports person. Yes. You play football. I'm a sports personnel. I report sports. First, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. What can you tell me about that game? From the first leg of Barcelona losing at home by 2-0 with a red card, and losing still in Madrid by winning in Madrid, but we're not able to qualify because of the aggregate. Still winning in Madrid, but losing or failing to go through to the semi-finals because of another red card. What can you tell me about that game?
First of all, I would say yesterday's game was a game of basketball being played on the football pitch.
Definitely.
Why would I say that? Because we know basketball is you attack, we attack. You attack, we attack. And the 90 minutes I watched yesterday, there was no point in time where we say the game was played on a slow pace. It was Barcelona attacking, Atletico defending. At a point in time, Atletico attacking, Barcelona defending. So it was a very, very exciting game, and for me, I was glad with the result.
Okay.
Yes, because I preferred Atletico qualifying over Barcelona.
Why?
I just love the style in which they play. Like I said before, our team, we are based on the way Atletico Madrid.
Your team?
Yes.
Which team is that?
Talented football.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you wanted to call the other fans that we know.
No. Our team, talented, we are. The way we play,
yeah.
Yes, we play like Atletico Madrid. So even today in training, our coach was like, okay, we saw the way Atletico Madrid played, and that's the best way of playing. Everybody plays for one another.
Taking you to France, where we had Liverpool lose home and away to Paris Saint-Germain. People are saying Liverpool disgraced them. They cannot beat you home and away. Barcelona even tried.
Yes.
But beating you in your own backyard, taking you to their own country and trashing you, a club respected in England, is being disgraced in front of a whole country.
First of all, that's my team that support Liverpool.
Oh, sorry. So, please, you can give him tissue. He needs to clean his tears.
So, it was a disappointing leg, home and away. Yes, because this season has been disappointing for us as Liverpool fans. But we'll take the positives. Yes, we'll take the positives and move on, because it has not been easy for us. Because Liverpool this season, before the season started, every pundit in England predicted Liverpool would run away with the league. But that's not the case, because maybe there were many factors that influenced everything that happened this season. We have injuries to our key players, and maybe we'll say the trauma of losing a player, because the team lost one of their teammates, Diogo Jota.
Yeah,
he tragically died. So maybe some of the players are still mourning, or some of the players are still grieving, and we hope our
But seeing the coach preferring Isak to Mohamed Salah,
yes.
When you saw that incident, what ran through your mind? Because I had some fans saying the coach is stupid, the coach is crazy. How is he going to play Isak in front of Mohamed Salah?
First of all, the coach is a professional.
Definitely.
Yeah, so for us here in Africa, maybe as a football fan, you must be emotional. Some people will say the coach is foolish, or for putting Salah on the bench and maybe starting Isak. But I will not question the coach's decision. But in the long run, maybe we should question some of the players' mentality. Yeah, maybe if the coach is benching Salah today, maybe there are times where, okay, we needed him the most, but his performances were not up to the standard we know Salah from last season and maybe the seasons before. So
maybe since he announced his departure,
yes,
the coach does not want to use him, so they will miss him too much. So, Sporting Arsenal prediction.
I'll go for a 2-0 Arsenal win.
Oh, okay. Mind you, the fans that make a lot of noise, the white ones, I don't want to call their name.
Yes.
They are taking on Bayern Munchen. Predictions.
I'll go for a 3-1 Real Madrid win.
Why?
Because I want Real Madrid to win the Champions League.
God forbid. Sorry to say that, Pardon me, the fans of Real Madrid. Pardon me. But mind you, I want you guys to go home. They always say, when the husband goes home, the wife cannot stay there. They follow along. So Real Madrid fans, I'm sorry I'm not with you guys today because I'm praying. My knees are already on the ground. You guys have to go. Goni Sonita and Mr. David Titango, I'm sorry to tell you guys that you guys will go home with us today. So today 8 p.m. mind you, it is Sporting against Arsenal and Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. Who is going to be the last two to join Atletico de Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain to the semi-finals? That was it for Sport Box today, and we also want to give a big thanks to Talented Football Academy with the coach Nebadan Vadis, and why not their captain Patrick Mokoko for honoring our visit today. Mind you, Sport Box comes to you always every Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays from 5 to 6 p.m. And why not weekend sports on Saturdays from 8 to 10 a.m. That was it. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because we have a news hour coming up with Sharon Tita at exactly 6:30. The program today was technically assisted by David Titango and Issa Abdullahi Crew. I remain your presenter, Kusona Claudia Voma. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.